Hi guys, this is James Bremisa of the Brew Show, and as you can see on your screen, there's a very beautiful woman here. Her name is Ewurama Jenkins. Now, she does a lot of things. Some of them I still can't believe myself. I'm trying to figure out how one person does so much in such a short space of time. But Charlie, she did try. So we came here being Treehouse first, and then currently at Brew. So same streets. And I'm here for an event, and she happens to be doing something major at the event. So I'm going to let her plug herself now, Ewurama.
Hi everyone. As James said, my name is Ewurama Jenkins. I am a lawyer by profession. I own an NGO and I am the regional partnerships lead for AfroPark. So we are currently at the AfroPark flagship event, and what's happening is we are trying to, exhibit businesses owned by Ghanaians, businesses that are very Afrocentric in nature, businesses that call to the African story and tell the African story in a very beautiful way. As James said, I do quite a bit of things. I don't know how to explain how I marry everything that I do, but I try to be as efficient as possible. So I set daily goals and standards. So that's just like a bit about me.
So you mentioned in this beautiful intro that you have an NGO that you own. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What's the name of the NGO, please?
So the name of my NGO is Reformation Community.
Okay. And Reformation Community, what do you do?
So we do quite a number of things, but our aim is to create a self-motivated generation of problem solvers. So we're trying to do that through three main avenues: education, legal literacy, and intergenerational equity, or climate action, sustainability, whatever you want to call it. We started with education, and we have two demographics under education. We have children from 7 to 15, and then young adults from 18 to 35. For the children that we interact with, we have a project called the Booksville Mobile Library Project, where we go around from school to school teaching children how to read, so that they can develop critically and intellectually to be the problem solvers that we want to see in our society. For our young adults, we have something called the Booksville Training Course, which is run through our university chapters. So we have another thing called the Booksville University chapters in a couple of schools, in a couple of universities in Ghana, and we are just trying to make sure that the young people that we come into contact with know that they are African, they can do mighty things, they are problem solvers, and they can go into the world and make impact.
Charlie, you did try. and how long has it been running for?
So fun little fact, I registered it straight out of high school, so which is 2016, but I actually started working with it and working with a group of people that I really trust in 2019.
So when people are relaxing during high school, you are which high school?
I went to Avery Girls.
Nice. And then with AfroPark, how did that come into play?
So, Reformation Community is actually the outreach partner for AfroPark. So you know how I talked about the fact that AfroPark is into African businesses, pushing African businesses to the world, to the diaspora. AfroPark reached out to Reformation Community and said, hey, we see what you're doing, we know that it's making impact, so we want to be part of what you're doing. So that's how the relationship with AfroPark began, and the more that we advance that relationship, the more I was being sucked into the amazing things that AfroPark is doing. So that's how it came into play.
And speaking of amazing things that AfroPark is doing that you were sucked into, we are here at an AfroPark event, which is happening at Treehouse.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys can hear it in the video, so don't worry, you'll see footage from it very soon as well. And you're the one organizing it?
Part of the team.
Wow.
Part of the team, yes.
And I saw a lot of content. I saw people who have organic juices. I saw clothing. I saw robotics. I saw Charlie. I don't think I can do enough justice by say what I saw. You people have to see it for yourselves as well. And if you are not following Afropark already, please do, because Charlie, you are missing out on a lot, especially if you're an entrepreneur or creative.
Yes, exactly.
The law side of you. How did that also happen? I'm saving that. Why I want to say the best for last. So,
law is actually a very interesting story. So I didn't start out planning to study law. Actually, I wanted to study psychology because in my mind I had already started the NGO. I knew that I needed money to support the NGO, and in my mind how I was going to do that was through business. So I needed to study psychology to understand how people's minds work, to know what people want, and then do like a project, manufacture a project that's in line with, or a product that's in line with what people need, and then sell that to people, make money, support the NGO. So I was trying to write SATs, but I also wrote WASI. And for WASI, I actually got into law school in the University of Ghana. My mom, immediately she saw it, she was like, listen, I know you have dreams and aspirations, but like a lot of people want this opportunity and don't get it. So I think you should actually study law. So I obeyed her and I went to law school. It was stressful, extremely stressful, but I mean that's how I got into it. And the more I studied law, the more I understood how important it is. That's why I think I came back, like in the beginning I mentioned that Reformation Community is trying to make impact through legal literacy, because I genuinely believe that every person, whether you're a lawyer or not, needs some basic legal literacy to survive in the society that we live in. So I mean, that's how I fell in love with law as well.
I don't know if I need to continue saying what she just clap, but Charlie and Ewurama, you did try. And now, how do you become a risk taker? How do you become a motorbike lover?
So the thing is, I'm not very risk averse. Like I don't see a lot of things that people see. Maybe it's because I'm a Christian, so I think that God is always protecting me. But a lot of the times I will do things that like a lot of people are afraid to do, because I feel like God has got me. Whether like it works out or not, I'll still do it. And if it doesn't work out, keep it moving. I usually have plan A, plan B, plan C, and then we keep going. I mean, so that's where the taking risk with riding a motorcycle comes in. Like, it's so exhilarating. I feel like there's freedom that comes with it. So I mean, that's that's sort of how we got into it.
Nice. And what does the future hold for you personally and for everything that you care about?
Oops.
Africa Within.
Oh, Shirley. What does the future hold for me? Honestly, my 5-year plan, even though it's a little extra, is to be the go-to legal expert in corporate governance for non-profits and startups. And so that's what I'm trying to do. That's where I am currently really focusing my energies on. I'm trying to study as much as possible. I'm trying to get as much practical experience as possible. So career-wise, that's where we're going. For the NGO, by 2050, 35 million Ghanaians, if we ever get to that number, should actually be saying that I am a reformer. They should be wanting to make impact. They should be saying that, listen, I'm a Ghanaian, I come from Ghana, I work here, I do this, I do that, and I make impact in society. So that's like my personal goal. What I'm trying to achieve with the NGO is tied to my personal goal. So I really hope that, by the time I'm 60, I'll say, okay, I did what I set out to do. I did what I tried to do in the beginning when I was young, when I was 18, and it actually came to pass.
And it will definitely come to pass.
Yeah.
Any social media you want to share with all contact information,
Contact information. So if you want to reach me for anything NGO, you can just send an email to info@reformationcommunity.com. So that's info@reformationcommunity.com. If you want to find me on any platform, I really use the same handle everywhere. It is CONDUABA. That's Kundiaba. So CONDUABA.
CONDUABA. I'm going to memorize that, and I have the video just in case I forget. Ewurama, it's been a pleasure having you on the Brew Show. I hope to link up with you, and when you have any projects, don't hesitate to hit me up, and then let me create content out of it and continue doing this with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.